Good morning. It is the Marine Corps' birthday today, the 10th of November, 2022. And what we're looking at is Bomb Run. And I'm not going to do an unboxing of it only because I've already unboxed it and I've played it. I've played this game quite a lot, actually. It was recommended to me by a friend of mine. That's my friend Mark. Mark, if you're watching, then I'm going to hold you personally responsible if this game's no good, because you were raving about it. You were raving about what a great bomber game it was, B-17 game it is, right? So let's look at it. You get a rule book, 39-page rule book, and you get a deck of cards, and you get a nice box, right? Wish you did something with that box and made it so, I don't know. I always like to incorporate different boxes or something into my game. The cards, so these, I got these out because these are your replacements. If you have a dead, somebody gets killed or gets injured and sent home, whatever, you get a dead crewman, then you have to replace them. So that there will go to the side. Rule book, we'll talk about that later. This is a review. This isn't a playthrough, but we will look at some of the mechanics, right? And so right here we have quick reference cards, which is a nice touch to anything. Nice touch. It shows you positions here. Nice touch there. As you can tell, I have not sleeved my cards. I do not sleeve my cards because I can't deal with it. I hate sleeving cards and dealing with shuffling and going around. That's a personal thing of mine. I know some people cringe at that. That's just me. If I need them protected that much, then I ain't gonna play it, right? So I hate the feel of them, right? That's why we used to call them card condoms and whatnot. I hate sleeved cards. It's a feel thing for me. These are zone cards. We're going to talk about them in a minute. First thing, let's take this mission right here. That's going to be our mission. And let's take the other mission cards. There's like 12 mission cards front and back. You're supposed to randomly take a mission card. This is your bomber card. You put the name on the bottom there and call it whatever you want, you know. There's some nose art there. But that's the card. And supposed to write on there in a Sharpie and then wipe it off with alcohol, which that totally works. That totally works. We'll put the bomber card here for now because we're going to show you what to do with it. So on the mission card, it's going to tell you how many zones you're going to have. And this one's got, I don't know if I can see that, 3 zones. This one's got 3 zones right here. So you're going to use 3 zone cards plus this card. This is your target, so this is going to be at the end. And you're going to use 3 zone cards and the England card, as you're taking off from England, obviously. Right? You're going to use the England card and the English Channel card. Right? And then it's going to use 3 zones. 3 zones, and at the end is Berlin. Right? So that's what, well, no, that's not good. It's not really good. In frame, well, is it? I'm playing and not really paying attention to the video. I apologize to all my loyal viewers. All right. And so your bomber is going to go. The idea is for me to go, take off, go across the English Channel, Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, and on the target and drop your payload, and come back. Zone 4 we won't be using. So, if you can tell on the card that I'm about ready to kick across the room, it's going to tell you AA guns. Obviously, on takeoff you're not going to have AA guns. In the English Channel you won't. Low for Zone 1, high for Zone 2, 3, and over the target high for the AA. Right? And then you're going to have one possible, no encounters obviously in England, one possible encounter maximum you can have over the English Channel, 2 possible encounters over Zone 1, 2 possible encounters over Zone 2, 1 over Zone 3, and 1 over Berlin. And this neat little thing here will tell you how long you have um, uh, fodder cover for, right? All right, so, and you're just gonna shuffle the cards, the regular deck, your main deck, right? This is gonna hurt people's feelings when they see me shuffling like that. That's gonna make them cringe, but you can get a lot better randomization if you shuffle in a normal way, in a fanning through, than you can if you just do this. If you do this, or a smush, you've got to really shuffle forever to get better randomization. So I think, what is it? What was it? 7 times if you do that out of a deck of regular 52 cards, you get the best randomization, right? We're not going to do that. All right. So what we're trying to do is move first and foremost. And first, look at that. I got my pilot card. You're looking for that symbol, that Z plus, to move. What you would normally do, and I'm going to do it here, I'm going to ignore this, is take off a bomber without any damage has 9 hit points, right? So, well, I'll get another one right there, so I can move, take off, no problem on takeoff. If you go through the cards and you don't get Z plus for takeoff, you can crash, of course. There's some other factors that come into that we won't get into. Again, I'm not going through a playthrough. So, we're over English Channel. We're going to do the same thing. Look for that Z plus. Wow. There I go, talking about randomization. It's the worst randomization ever, right? And so we go to Zone 1. And once again, we can have, in Zone 1, what can happen in Zone 1? We can have possibility of 2, wow, of 2 encounters, and one of them encounters can be a AA guns, but it's low, so I almost would wish for AA gun instead of a regular encounter. So, all right, them don't mean nothing. I got Z plus again, right? Looks to be easy so far. Moving to Zone 2. All right, still looking for that Z plus, and now that's an encounter. Encountering flak in Zone 2, and it's heavy flak. So heavy flak would be, this is a good thing to show you here. So in heavy flak, what you're looking for, if it's heavy, you're going to draw 3 of these. And you're looking at these symbols down here. There's a ton of iconography in here, right? So looking for these symbols and however many you get, right? So hit. So I'm hit once by flak already, man. What is it now? Am I going to look for damage? What's going to be hit for flak? No. So if I hit for flak, we're going to see what it does to the, and it is, that looks like, doesn't do nothing, just superficial damage, right? Then we're going to look for the other one. It's a miss. That flak missed me. And the third is a miss from flak as well. So that encounter's done. Put the flak back in. I already had it back in, right? So we keep moving. So we're still looking for that Z plus symbol, right? Well, look here. It's going to be an encounter. It's coming in. It's going to be a BF 109. It's going to come in at me. The encounters have different things. We're not going to go through all of that. I will show you how combat works. And for me, the whole thing was, well, combat, you can go through these cards and look for, oh, well, okay. First, then you want to know where the fighter's coming from, and it's coming from 9 o'clock high. So, comes from 9 o'clock high. You can look for a crew card. Actually, we'll do that. Let's see. Oh, that's a wingman. He can attack from just about anywhere. He's your wingman. He can fight him off. I'm not going to... and this guy can 9 o'clock high too. We're going to put 2 on here. Wow. Right? So, we'll fire first. And who is that? That's my tail gunner. So, we'll see if we can hit him from 9 o'clock high. All right? There's a hit. The wingman, we're doing it for the wingman. The wingman hits, right? So he gets hit. And how many? 2 of those. So he gets hit, and the damage, and it hits him. We're not going to do anything else, but we're going to say that's damage, right? And put him back in, and we'll see a tail gunner. The tail gunner, if he's going to fire, and he hits, and it's another damage. So this guy's gone. All right. I'm missing some rules on purpose because I want to get through this. I don't want this to be an hour long. So that's done. We've had 2 encounters, the one with flak and one with BF 109. So we move here. I think that's what we do with that 109. Let's see. Is that what we were supposed to do? After 2, he breaks off. Yeah, he breaks off after 2. I don't know. I could look at the rule book and see if he's going to do a flyby or not. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm missing rules. So zone 3, similar things. You're going to look for that Z plus. And I missed taking 3 of the enemy fighters out, right? I'm looking for that Z plus. See, that shouldn't have been there, but that would get there. You would have combat with him. And by the way, I have learned something. I don't think that I'm gonna look for guys, because he would come from 9 o'clock low. I don't think I would look for guys. I just think I would almost let him fire at me in formation and come, even though it's just going to be a lone plane, and come at me and let me try to hit him in a flyby. Then I'm going to look for people, because if you keep looking for guys, if you don't find one, if you find more, you'll find that, right? We wouldn't find that. So you'd find 2 before you find a guy. You can find up to 3 before you find somebody to shoot at, and he ain't even firing at anything. He's the radio operator, right? He can't do nothing. So that's kind of how it works, and you're going to go through, and you're going to get over the target, and you're going to bomb the target, and then you're going to come back, and you're going to try to get through. At the target, I will say, if you get to the target, it's kind of neat. You get to the bombardier. Don't hit the bombardier. I passed him up. So he's busy, right? He's busy. So you're supposed to turn him like this. And he'll turn him like that. And he'll be busy, right? He can't fire at anybody if he wanted to, because he usually fire at? He usually fires at 12 o'clock high or low. He's busy. Can't do it. And when you're coming back this way and get back, and you're trying to do that through 25 missions. Like I said, I was told that it's a great game, and that's why I picked it up. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the game, what I think about it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, who I think it's best for, right? I think every game's out there for somebody, right? I think somebody would like any game. So who's the best? So first of all, the game is good components. Nice laminated cards, because you're supposed to ride on them. And you can. Like I said, wipe them down with alcohol, that's fine. Really good components. Really good cards. Really strong cards. I liked them a lot. Really good feel to them. I think some cards can be too thin. These are not too thin. And some cards can be too thick. I know some of them from GMT. Them cards in Comancheria. Some of those cards in there were just too thick, and I just hated that thickness, because I almost didn't want to bend them because it's brittle to break, right? But yeah, cards are right where you want them to be. The rule book, nice rule book, kind of glossy, but it's a nice rule book, and the box is beautiful. You get the box, you get it, and there you go. And so, nothing wrong with the components. My issue was I thought it was a little much and it's not anyone's fault, but it's not Chad's fault. But the price was a little much just because who you're going through. The game crafter is, $34.99. I think that's too much for me for this game. I'll buy it because I'm insane, but I think it's too much for it. Again, I've gone through the Game Crafter, so I understand why those components are that high. And but yeah, I thought it was a little high. I didn't like the price, but I bought it anyways. And so, because I did buy it with my own money, I talk honestly about it. I don't know. I've played a lot of bombing games, a lot of B-17 games. You know, everyone knows how much I played B-17 Queen of the Skies. And I've played that so much that I think that I'm broke for other bombing games, right? Other B-17 games. Because if they are not just like that, then for whatever reason, I don't like it. And so this one, to me, came up a little lackluster with that because it didn't give me that same type of feel. And it's not supposed to, right? That's not supposed to give you that same type of feel. It's not bad at all. It all works. It's all fun. The only thing, the iconography is a little much for me, but it works. It works. And once you get them all in your head, that's the other thing. There's a lot of things you have to remember. And if you don't remember them all, man, you're going to consult rule books, or you're going to consult these cards a lot, which that's so happy these are here. But once you get everything in your head, it flows rather easily, but it's going to take a few plays for you to really get that information in your head, or it did me. Maybe you eat the information up in a different way. Maybe you process it differently. So, but that's how that for me. That's what it was. And so yeah, I found myself wanting to play B-17 while I was playing this, because this give you a little taste of a bombing game, but it still wasn't B-17 Queen of the Skies to me. And it's not supposed to be, but that's what I'm wanting out of a bomber game, out of a B-17 game, World War II bombing game, right? That's what I want. And I don't know, everything else, even like Target for Today and Target for Tonight, those are nice games, right? And they're objectively better than B-17 Queen of the Skies, and I still like B-17 Queen of the Skies better. So, yeah, this game came up short of B-17, but it certainly, and like I said, it came up a little lackluster for me, just because it wasn't what I wanted it to be. Maybe that's my fault. Who knows? And the other things I'd have to say about it, negative things I'd have to say about it, iconography is a lot. I've said that. Other negative things are, that's all the negatives really I have on it. The rest of it's going to be positive. So let's get to some of the positives. What's the positive things of this game? The positive things of this game is that it's meant to be played without a table, and it can be played without a table. It takes a little hand dexterity maybe, but it can be played without a table. We're not going to go into how it's supposed to be played, but it is supposed to be played without a table, so I'm already playing it wrong. It's just you're doing this with cards, you're turning some cards upside down when other things happen, and it's basically you're just going through a deck of cards, right? And you're just doing what I can say, or you're looking for your what happened here, your encounter, or you got a random event card, which is a nice touch, by the way. I love random events. That wouldn't be. And then, after you get your bombing done, you flip that over. So you're just flipping cards with two hands, and you're just going through them with two hands, and you're doing that type of stuff, right? Little hand dexterity, but it does work as that. I would say if you have access to a table, use a table. Because I think it's easier on a table, but it can work in your hand. I've toyed around with the idea of playing it on an airplane. Could that happen? Absolutely, it could. So I could have these laid in the tray table, and I can use these with both hands and be fine. So yeah, that works. That's a neat part about it. Another neat part about it, it's not. I said it come up lackluster. That's compared to B-17 Queen of the Skies, but it's not a lackluster game. It's better than those. What was those roll and write B-17 roll and write game? It's better than those. So it's not complete. It's not unfun. It's better than those. Those roll and write fighter games and the bomber games. I think it is. And so it's better than a lot of other bomber games I've seen. I remember what were them? There's a couple of others. I'm not even going to mention them. There's a couple of others. Not Target for Today. I think that's, like I said, objectively a better game. I just don't like it better. Um, there's other bomber games that this is better than. I liked it better than. Well, again, I'm not going to go into that, but and ultimately, who's it for? I think this is for anybody who wants a small imprint game, wants a game that is about a bomb run, a B-17 run, and someone that already knows a little something about it, right? If you know a little something about a bomb run, this is kind of a fun thing to do because you say, oh yeah, the different zones you're going through and the map you make. Even if you didn't know anything about it, I think you may learn a few things. So yeah, and it's for somebody that may not be as broken as I am about a bomb run game, because I'm pretty broken. I'm telling you, I've played that B-17 so much. And it's a mini card version of B-17. Queen of the Skies, it just is. And so yeah, that's it. That's my review. Would I recommend it? It depends. I recommend it for someone who might want a small footprint game, someone who might be traveling a lot and just have this in a hotel room or even in a vehicle. If I was a kid in the back of a vehicle, I would have liked this game because I'd have played it. That's a great thing to do if you're in a car a lot, just riding, or maybe even stopped in a truck driver and you're just, while you're stopped on somebody's unloading you or whatever, you're doing this. You could do that. That's feasible. Just going to take a little bit of practice. And it's also for somebody who was willing to put $34.99 out. That's my biggest thing of it. $34.99 for this is a little steep for me. Again, it's a Game Crafter thing. I've looked at making games on the Game Crafter, and I thought again because of just the components. There's so much. And yeah, there's some add-ons you can get to this. I think there's an expansion or whatnot. But Chad Ryg made a pretty good game. It's just something that I don't like as good as I like. I think I like other games better than this, right? On the same topic. So this is not really needed for me, but it may be for you. And I would say I would give it about a 6.5 and closer to a 7 probably. It's a good game. And it's a game that works. It's just kind of not what I was looking for. And that's okay. And not everything has to be what I'm looking for. But that's it. That's Bomb Run. I don't want anybody to think, oh, you're being mean. I'm not. I'm giving you an honest opinion. Gosh, I don't know what else to do. I can lie to you, but then, I'll say this. I was very excited about this game, and after I played it, I was less so excited. Will I keep this game? I may keep it. Yeah, $34.99. I'm probably going to keep it. So I might keep it and might play it in Thanksgiving, actually, or something where table space is at a premium. That's another good place to play it. Table space is at a premium. You want to play a game, you could do this. All right, that's it. That's all I got today. Again, not a bad game, not a terrible game. It's just, I think it's just something I didn't need. All right, you may need it, and so if you do, go to Game Crafter, and you can buy one there. All right, people. I'm already talked longer than I expected to and already rambled more than I wanted to, but that's me. If that's how you look, if that's, if you want me to change, I just ain't gonna. So y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Be careful. Bye-bye.